बायोमैग्निफिकेशन में क्या होता है, लेट अस से एक्वेटिक इकोसिस्टम ले लेते हैं. दिस इज माय एक्वेटिक इकोसिस्टम. मान लीजिए ये कोई एक समुद्र का एक हिस्सा है. नाउ इफ दिस इज एन एक्वेटिक इकोसिस्टम, let us say there is a stream from agricultural field and industry. Let us say both of them are adding heavy metals inside the aquatic ecosystem. Now my first trophic level is phytoplanktons or plants. The plants will absorb heavy metal. Yes or no? Plants will absorb heavy metal. Let us say the phytoplankton absorbs 10 mg of heavy metal per year. 10 mg of heavy metal per year. Over 5 years, it will have. This is the example of bioaccumulation, that it is accumulating. Phytoplankton is consumed by a small fish. Let us assume that one small fish consumes 10 phytoplanktons. For example, आप एक ही बार खाना नहीं खाते हो, आप बार बार खाना खाते हो. Same way, the small fish will consume, let's say, 10 phytoplanktons. How much pollutant will be there in a small fish? It will be magnified to 100 mg per year. Similarly, let's say a large fish, large in the scale of, let's say a shark. A shark consumes 100 fishes. A shark consumes 100 fishes. How much toxin will be there? 10,000 mg per year. Is the level of toxin increasing with every stage, every trophic level? This is biomagnification. Here, the level of toxin or toxins increases with each trophic level. आपके पास effluent आए from agriculture and industry. Let's say agriculture and industry, it is creating pollutants. I have taken one example, heavy metal. My phytoplanktons, which are the first stage, the green plants, take up, let's say, 10 mg of heavy metal per year. If my small fish consumes 10 such phytoplanktons, that means 10 into 10, 100 mg of that toxic material, of that heavy metal, will be in the small fish. If 100 such small fishes are consumed by the shark, then the shark will have 10,000 mg of the toxin in its body. This is called as biomagnification. The requirement is here, the pollutant should be fat soluble. The pollutant should be fat soluble and should have long life, also called as persistent. Now, have you heard of something called as persistent pollutants? So there are two major requirements when it comes to pollutants in bioaccumulation and biomagnification, that it should be fat soluble and it should have a long life. Hence, it should be a persistent pollutant. Does it make sense to everyone now? Does this picture make sense to everyone now? This is another such example of biomagnification. Here in water, let's say there is 1 unit of the toxic material or pollutant. Phytoplanktons consume 1,000 such. Zooplanktons tak aate it is 10,000 level of pollutant. When it comes to small fish में 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh, and जब तक fish eating birds तक आता है, आपका सेम पोल्यूटेंट लेवल 1 crore तक चला जाता है. This is called magnification. Here the example taken is DDT. DDT, which is one of the most common persistent pollutant. DDT is used in agricultural field. बहुत common fertilizer है DDT, right? India is in fact one of the biggest users of DDT in the world. तो ये मेरा water में अगर चला जाता है तो यहाँ से phytoplankton से zooplankton, fish से large fish, and then finally even till the birds, this magnification takes place. What is the basic definition of biomagnification? For biomagnification to take place, the non-degradable pollutants, also called as persistent pollutants, which cannot be broken down by detrivores, not only move through the various trophic levels, but also remain in that trophic level for a very long time. So it has to be persistent, it should have long life. Most damaging one are the chlorinated hydrocarbons. Chlorinated hydrocarbons are the most damaging non-degradable pollutants. Now this is the example of bioaccumulation. So bioaccumulation occurs when the rate of loss of the substance from the body of the organisms through catabolism. What is catabolism? It is the breakdown of complex molecules or excretion is lower than the rate of accumulation. So here the accumulation takes place. For example, this is a smaller organism. It has only 1 unit of pollutant. It, let's say, consumes 2 of them. It will have 2 units, and then the units will increase. And then finally, the accumulation will take place. This is the growth. Chaliye, is this concept absolutely clear to you? So biomagnification basically refers to progressive bioaccumulation at each trophic level. At each trophic level, we have understood that there are 2 qualities that a pollutant must have. It should have a long biological half-life, or it should be long living, and it should not be soluble in water and should be soluble in fats. Because if it is soluble in water, it will be excreted out. And here I have taken the example of milk, which we have understood. This I have taken from the National Geographic. It talks about how the bioaccumulation and magnification takes place inside the marine ecosystem. In the marine ecosystem, as you can see, this big fish, which consumes so many small fishes, has such high bioaccumulation. Now here, these are the sources of pollutants.